Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for tuning in once again. I have another video for you guys. Before we get into this video, if you haven't already, please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel. So today we're going to be looking at a Moorish American sovereign citizen being pulled over by the police. Now, if you don't already, there's a few different types of Moorish Americans, and one of the types are Moorish American sovereign citizens. And they believe that they're indigenous to the land and that they don't have to abide by the rules and the laws. So this video, we're going to be taking a look at one of these Moorish American sovereign citizens being pulled over by the police. We're going to see how it turns out.
It's in there. Where's it at? I don't see it. I need a license. That's not a license. It's in there, man. Have your name and badge number? Oh. Yeah, my name's Officer Schneider. I'm badge 231, sir. I need your license, okay?
Excuse me.
My name's Officer Schneider. I'm badge 231. I need your license.
Is this...
257.
Is there a recording made of this counter? Is there a recording made of this counter?
Sir, I need your license, okay?
Yeah, I'm showing you a license. He has it.
That's not a license.
He has it. That's
that.
Now, if you don't know, these Moorish American sovereign citizens, they walk around with a nationality card. You can see it right here. Now, this nationality card, they try to pass off as a license. So whenever they have some type of police contact, they like to give this nationality card as an ID or as a license. Now, you see the officer keeps asking him for his license because this nationality card is not a license. So you can already see that this might take a turn for the worse because he's not complying with the simple requests that the officer are asking him.
He has it.
Sorry?
He has it.
What all is that?
May I speak? For the record, may I have your name and badge number? We need to pray.
Where's your license at, buddy? You got your name and stuff in there or what?
Yeah.
It's got all our name. Where's it?
Yeah. Everything's in there.
Sir, upon the request of a police officer in the state of Michigan, sir, you must present a...
Is there an emergency? How can I help?
Otherwise, you're in violation of the law. Do you understand that?
Are you familiar with Article United States Code 12 is a Section 241 and 242?
All right, stand by for a second, sir, okay?
You see, they're still asking for his driver's license because this Moorish American sovereign citizen is trying to pass his nationality card off as a driver's license, and it is not. They're asking them for a valid driver's license. Moorish Americans, this nationality card is not a driver's license.
You have a driver's license.
I already have it. I already showed it to you.
You have a Michigan driver's license.
I already showed it to you.
Where's it at?
Do you have the paper? I gave you the papers.
Put the camera down.
For Grand Theft Auto.
Sir.
Grand Theft Auto.
We're ordering you to get out.
Grand Theft Auto.
Upon the request from a police officer, you must step out of the vehicle.
You want me to get out? No, don't get out.
Do you understand me? Step out of the car, put your camera down.
So he has a passenger with him, and you heard this passenger just say, "You want me to get out?" Guess the passenger sees that this is about to go left. So that passenger wants out of there.
I am not for hire. For the record, I am operating in a not for hire capacity.
I'm giving you 30 seconds.
By engaging in
Now, another issue that I'm seeing here is that this Moorish American sovereign, he's speaking as if he's in court right now. Like, why are you trying to hold court with the officers? You hold court in court. Let them give you a ticket if you don't have your driver's license, and then show up to your court date and plead your case in court. Why are you trying to plead your case right now in the street as if this is court? This is not court. This is just a traffic stop. You're going to make this traffic stop far worse for no reason.
any form of transportation. No, don't get out.
I'm giving you 30 seconds.
I have showed you my ID.
Can I get out?
No, don't get out. Don't get out. Don't get out. Want me to get out? Don't get out. Don't get out.
Let's go.
Here.
This is not an ID. That is an identity card that doesn't mean nothing. Step out of the car.
You heard the officer. He said that is not an ID. That's an identity card that does not mean nothing. Moorish Americans, this nationality card does not mean anything to the rest of the world. Stop trying to pass this off as if it means something. It's not an identity. It's not a valid identification. Just go to the DMV and get yourself an identity card. This is not it. Now the issue here is these Moorish American sovereigns, they buy this stuff off the internet or wherever they go. So, this man is up here fighting with the police because he done paid his money for this thing. So I guess in his mind, he can't compute that this identity card is not going to get him out of trouble, that this identity card is not a valid piece of identification that they're recognizing. But since he paid for this thing, he just can't compute that this is not going to work. He's going to fight and fight and fight.
Breaking and entering! Breaking and entering! Breaking and entering!
All right, sir, you've been warned.
No! Don't break my window! 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 Breaking and entering! Breaking and entering! Grand Theft Auto! Grand Theft Auto!
This man is screaming Grand Theft Auto, breaking and entering. Oh, wow. He's out of his mind.
Open it up now. Grand Theft Auto! Grand Theft Auto! Grand Theft Auto! Grand Theft Auto! Don't come out!
This Moorish American sovereign citizen is screaming Grand Theft Auto, breaking and entering. He is screaming like a woman. At this point, I'm not even, because he didn't show his face, I'm not sure if this is a woman or a man. He's sounding like a woman, but I think this is a man. Whoa. They just broke this man's window because he just won't comply. He want to keep arguing. This man sounds like he is in the middle of sexual intercourse. He is screaming like a woman. All of this because he doesn't have a valid license and he wants to pass this nationality card off as something that the police are just supposed to accept. This is ridiculous.
To just kind of work into my own creative mood and escape the first client maybe has been hungry kind of thing. So I use Hobby Lobby as more of my creative escape. They have furniture there. I mean, isn't that wild? You go in there and have everything. So it's I love that store. You don't understand. I do. I'm a huge fan. And Hobby Lobby, I love it.
Your new Hobby Lobby in Novi is located at Town Center Drive and Crescent Boulevard.
Now they just bust this man's window all because he's trying to play hardball with them and trying to pass this nationality card off as a driver's license. This Moorish American sovereign citizen put this, this is on him. You putting yourself through these pains for what? Moorish Americans, when a police officer pulls you over, all they want is your license and registration. And I know a lot of you guys ride around with your own license plates. These are the three things that you need to stay out of trouble. You need a valid driver's license. You need your car to be registered. And once your car is registered, you will have a valid license plate. This is all they want. If you have these three things, you won't get your car window busted open the way this guy did. It makes no sense. Now, I know you guys pay for this paperwork and these nationality cards on the internet. You paid your hard-earned money on it. So you're going to fight tooth and nail when you get pulled over. It's not worth it. You just see this guy getting dragged out of his car behind this stuff. If Moorish Americans, if you see this video, use this as a lesson. It is not worth it. You can clearly see that paperwork that you guys buy and those nationality cards that you buy, they do not work. Just give the police what they ask for. They ask for license and registration. And here are some examples of that. This is what you need. If it doesn't look like this, then you're going to be in trouble. At a traffic stop, the police do not want this paperwork. Now, the man in the video, the Moorish American sovereign citizen, he gave that police officer a whole bunch of paperwork, a whole bunch of Moorish paperwork. This is the kind of stuff that he gave the officer. This is not what they want at a traffic stop. This is not what they want. Moorish American sovereign citizens do not present this type of paperwork to police officers at traffic stops. They do not want this. At a traffic stop, police do not want this type of paperwork either. This proclamation paperwork. They don't want this. All they want is your license and registration. That's it. They don't want anything else. If it's not license and registration that you're handing them, you're going to be in a heap of trouble. You're going to be like the guy you just saw in this video getting his window busted. For what? This man is sitting up here trying to hold court in the street with the officers. That's ridiculous. I don't know who this guy's Grand Sheik is, but he needs to go back to his Grand Sheik and show them this video and demand a refund. Tell them I want a refund on my nationality card. Get your refund on your nationality card. Take yourself down to a DMV and get yourself a real identification and a driver's license. Get a refund, Moorish Americans. If you have a nationality card, get a refund. At a traffic stop, police do not want to see this paperwork. I cannot stress this enough. You guys at traffic stops, you like to pull out binders full of this stuff and pass it to the police as if this is supposed to mean something. It does not mean anything. They do not want this. Do not give this to them. Or the same thing is going to happen to you. Your window is going to be busted open and you're going to be dragged out of your car. Now here are at the top 2 examples of nationality cards that Moorish American sovereigns, citizens like to pass off as valid identification. These two at the top are not valid pieces of identity. When you have police contact, you want something that looks like this. Whatever state you're in, you get it from your state. You see this right here, Aboriginal American National. What? You're not an Aboriginal. Appellation. No. You have a nationality. Your nationality has nothing to do with anything. More American. Come on. This is ridiculous. And this is the stuff that you guys are paying for. So once you guys pay your hard-earned money and then get into police contact and the police tell you that this is not valid, you guys just lose it. You guys are in disbelief. Like, oh no, how could this not be valid? My Grand Sheik told me this is the way to go. No, this is not the way to go. What you want is this bottom one. You want to go to a DMV and get yourself an identification card or a driver's license. If you're driving, you want a driver's license. When you get pulled over by the police, just give them license and registration and you will be okay. Even if you're in some type of violation, you have your day in court. Do not try to hold court in the street the way this Moorish American sovereign did, because you see how it turned out for him. He got his window bashed in and he pulled out his car and wound up screaming like a woman. You don't want to go out like that. You just don't. It's embarrassing.